Um, like always, we do want to give honor to the Most High God. I'm sorry, the Most High God, the Lord God of heaven, the great God that keepeth covenants and mercies for them that love him and observe his commandments. And then to his Son, who is our King, our Prince, our Savior, our Apostle, and High Priest of our profession, whom the Father used to reconcile us back to himself. We thank God um, for him. And then everybody that's with us today, sorry, elders, mothers, brothers, sisters, children, even those online, all the partakers of the heavenly calling. We thank God for each and every one of you. Okay. All right, beloved, we are now in Exodus. Okay. We are in Exodus chapter 19. All right. Exodus chapter 19. And let me see what happened in 18. Okay. So remember this last chapter. First of all, we know Israel start, kind of murmuring again. All right. So it's going to be a common theme amongst them. And then we see Jethro come on the scene. Okay. That's Moses' father-in-law. And basically he's bringing Moses and saying, listen, take your wife back, take your children back. I know you left them while you was doing this, this mission for your God, but this is your family. Take them back. Okay. And then as he was there, he seen that Moses was being a judge and judging the children of Israel all by himself from morning when the sun going up all the way down to the sun down. And Jethro being, older and wiser, he looked at it and said, man, that's not good, Moses. You doing this and it's not good for you and it's not good for the people. Right? He said, this thing ain't going to benefit, right? You're going to burn yourself out and all those things. So he went and said, listen, let me give you some counsel. You need to train some people up. Because Moses is like, I'm doing this because they're coming to me for matters of the law, right? I'm the one that knows the law, so I have to judge it. So that's why they're just coming to me. So he's like, listen, you need to teach some people, the laws so people can go to them. And then when it's a hard matter, then it can come up to you. Okay. And that same principle we see in the world today, and the same thing we can still do in the church, right? There's certain matters that, I won't say laymen, but people can handle, right? And then if it's something serious, or a heavier matter, or it seems like it's still strife, I'm not sure, you go up, the chain of leadership. Okay. So he gave him some good counsel, and this thing was pleasing to Moses and approved by the Most High. Okay. And let me see if anything else happened there. Mm, Yeah, that was pretty much it. 18. So Moses did do it, and he set rulers over the people. And he goes by I think like 10, 50, 100, whatever. And that's basically just the hierarchy of how they go up. Okay, just like if you think of an army, you might have a captain over 100 people, captain over 50, a captain over 20. So just showing that, but this was dealing with the judges. Okay. All right. Exodus 19, Exodus chapter 19. And we are going to start from verse 1. Exodus 19, and we're going to start from verse 1.
In the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount.
All right. So the third month when the children of Israel come out of Egypt. Okay. So when we look at this, we think about this around what season is this according to? Oh man, I'll give it away if I tell it. Mhm. What else happens around this time, feast day wise? What feast is around this time?
New Year,
Well, New Year's going to be the first. That's going to be before Passover. So now we're in the third month. So the first month, first day will be New
first
Year.
fruit,
Say it again.
first fruits.
First fruits, yes. Okay. Awesome. Yes. So the first month is Abib, right? We got the second month, and now it's saying we're in the third month. Okay. Showing a little correlation. So when you think about it, remember Passover, right? Celebrate on the 14th, the sun going down. So that's about 2 weeks into the first month. Okay. And let's just kind of keep it natural. Let's just say like kind of 2 more weeks, right? That'll be the end of the first month. Okay. Then you got another month, it's another 4 weeks, and now you're getting into this third month. Okay. So in total, you got probably around that ninth, 10th week. Okay. So I want us to look at this. I should have told y'all to bring the calendars out. Helped a little bit, but it's okay. Okay. So we know about the seventh day. So the 14th day, first month at even, right? Passover. And then after Passover, this feast can be called first fruits. So Danielle is right. What's another name for this feast? What's another name for this feast? I think it can go by, yeah, it can go by 3 names. What's another name for the Feast of First Fruits? All right, so names put in the chat. Pentecost. What's another name for it? Yeah. First fruits, or it could be called Pentecost, or it could be called what else? Feast of Weeks. Okay, all praises. All right. So first fruits, Pentecost, Feast of Weeks. Okay. Because this one is calculated from that Passover time. All right. So after Passover, that season, you're going to count 7 weeks. Okay. And then you're going to add a day. Okay. So that's why I call it Feast of Weeks, because this one you kind of calculate it from the weeks. You got to go through 7 weeks. So you know how we always nickname something, got names for it. So it's 7 weeks. All right. 7 times 7 is what? 49. And then it's the next day. That makes it 50. Pentecost. We get the penta, like Pentagon, 5 sides, right? So they might go Pentecost. You might hear it called Feast of Weeks, or it might be also First Fruits. That's they bringing it. So these are the 3 names, but it's talking about the same feast. Okay, and around this time, if you look at it, 7 weeks, right? Plus you have 7 weeks after around Passover time. How many total weeks is that? That's your math skills. So we got a bib. We got the first day of a bib. That's basically our new year. All right. Passover is how many weeks after that, beloved? Yes. Well, after how many weeks to Passover? How many weeks is from New Year to Passover? From New Year's to Passover. How many weeks? Brother Kai, you read Leviticus 23 and read verse 5.
And the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
So New Year, right? Beginning of the year, and then 14 days. So that's 2 weeks. All right. So 2 weeks is Passover. Then count 7 weeks from roughly around that time will give you a total, right? Around 9 weeks. All right, everybody follow me? Good. What did that get you into? You got, let's say just 4 weeks per month, right? 1 month, 2 month. You're in the 9th week, you're dealing with what? You're in the third month. So around that time, I just want to kind of keep this in play. Around this season, this is happening. Some will argue that it's exactly that date. I can't say for sure if it's exactly that date. All right. But it holds some weight because it's, I don't want to say ironic, but the Most High does little pattern things and do certain things. So it's something to at least consider. But we still can see that it's in that season. Okay. That it's in that season. And why I'm linking it up, because another big event that we know about that happened on Pentecost in the New Testament is what? Right? The day of Pentecost is when what? The Holy Ghost fell. Right? Everybody speaking in tongues. The Spirit fell on them. Okay? But we see a prelude even happening now. And that's why I'm drawing this whole conclusion out. All right. So this was the time of first fruits, Pentecost, those kind of things. But it's always been a deep matter. Right? People, oh, it's a spiritual. No, it was a spirit, is a spiritual thing now. You have to catch it though. Okay. All right. So during the third month, all right. So this is around that season of first fruits, right? The Pentecost, Feast of Weeks. All right. And they're pitching because remember, they're still traveling, beloved. All right. They're in the wilderness. They're still traveling from Egypt. Okay. This was not particularly down the street. All right. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Going back to Exodus 19. I think we're at verse 3.
Yeah, we're in verse 3.
We're verse 3? Okay.
And Moses went up unto God, and Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself.
Uh, okay. It was up there. So beloved, I want us to see if we catch something now. All right. So he did in verse 3, he says, Moses went up unto God, and Yahweh called him unto the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. Okay. Now, beloved, do we have that as just the children of Israel that came to that mountain? Or is he referring to, you believe, the whole group?
The whole group.
All right. Right. So I just want to show these things because these little things that I do want us to catch, beloved. Yes, he's calling them, but it's the whole group. It ain't like Israel got to abide by the, because he's about to go through something. Ain't like just Israel got to abide with it, but the other ones that's with them, oh, y'all can do whatever y'all want. It's just Israel that need to abide by these. No. But the specific people he was saving, right? The specific nation, that's what I'm saying, nation was Israel. He was saving all of Israel. But those that attach to Israel, we link with them. Okay. So when he's addressing Israel, he's addressing those that are attached with them. Okay. Bloodline, no, they wouldn't be Israel. And if they went out and did whatever, they can probably be considered whatever they were. If they was a Philistine and joined, right? They're part of Israel. If they go and separate themselves, they're Philistines, basically, how definitely our forefathers and everything would have looked at it. Okay. But he's drawing them in, and he's calling what? I'm calling them in, but the other ones that's attached to them, of course, should be joined with them. All right. Yet have seen what I did unto the Egyptians. Y'all seen what I did to your oppressors. All right. And some Egyptians, I'm going to tell you, some Egyptians was with them. Okay. But if you're going to get, all sore about this, why your God got to be talking about my family, then yeah, you probably ain't going to want to be with Israel. Okay. But the thing is, if people of the nation join themselves, right, they still got to take the perspective of it's dealing with Israel. Right. Yes, he's going to talk on this, but when I deliver them and everything, but you got to be like, this is my God too. Right. But if you get offended by, saying certain things, you just got to, beloved, you got to look past that point. All right. Because the bloodline, this is why Paul goes in the New Testament saying what? All Israel ain't Israel. Okay. So it's not, I want you to get caught up on the bloodline. You need to get caught up on what he's about to do here. Okay. This is what you need to be focusing on. All right. So you see what I did the Egyptians and how I bared you on eagle wing. No, he did not put them literally on the eagle's wing. This is one of those things you have to understand. Okay. So he's not literally, we know how he got out there. He took them strong. He took them fast like an eagle and brought you unto myself. No, he did not bring them up to the sky where he dwells. All right. So certain things we have to understand metaphorically speaking, and not, to be taken literal. Okay. You can see some of this in other passages where he talk about, scooping up his eagle's wings. He's making metaphors. Okay. All right. Let's go to 5 and 6. 5 and 6.
Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm. All right. This, you will see this throughout certain passages. There's one in Deuteronomy. And also this didn't fail, right? They're about to, Christ came and just erased all those other things, right? All those things they'll say. No, this is still in play, right? Grab y'all might help me out with that. I know it's in Peter. All right. What's the one in Peter I always go to? First Peter looks like. First Peter chapter 2. All right. So remember what Brother Kai just read. If ye have obeyed my voice indeed and keep my covenants, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure and unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. All right. So let's go to First Peter chapter 2. First Peter chapter 2 and let's go right to the point at verse 9. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
Ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
And the beauty and where I expound on Israel is because there's a beautiful message about God's love towards Israel. And even when we didn't know we was Israel and things of that nature, we still could appreciate, understand the beauty, but it's just a little more intimate, right? When you understand this is you. And also there's a certain responsibility when you understand this is you. Because he's saying, I made you to be at this level. I want you to be what? Priests and kings. That's what my desire for you was. So if the Most High desired this of us, that means who's holding it back? Is the Most High messing up? Or is it us? All right. Saying, listen, if I'm saying I want you to be this, that means I have to give you the tools to be it. So that means, are we using the tools and the things the Most High used so we can do what we're supposed to be doing? Okay. So I'm reading again. But ye are a chosen generation. I chose you. He's saying I chose you. A royal priesthood. Okay. Nothing more royal than the priesthood of the Most High. Okay. A holy nation. This is what he's supposed to be, a holy nation. A peculiar people. We supposed to be separate from other people. There's supposed to be a difference. We so much trying to blend in with the world, we don't even understand. We supposed to stand out. Right? We talk different. We supposed to look different. We supposed to be different from them. But we trying to blend in with them. All right? The light can't blend in with darkness, beloved. Go ahead and try it. They don't blend. They're not supposed to. That's why he said, I made you the light of the world. Okay? And it says what? Listen why he did this, because everybody missed the point. Why did he make us a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people? That ye should what? Show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. I made you this special people, this different people, so you can show forth my praises. Now, beloved, us Israel. What does that mean? He said to show forth his praises. Who we supposed to be showing our praises to? I'll throw that question out to the class. Who are we supposed to show forth the praises to?
To God only.
To God, absolutely. Who else? Anybody think there's anything else we're supposed to be showing our praises to?
Christ.
What? We can argue with that. Show forth praises to Christ. Who else? Let me
Those
put
that
it
are
like,
in darkness.
say it again, Brother Kai.
Those that are in darkness
Who's in darkness?
outside of Christ.
Say that last part again. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Outside of Christ, outside of the covenant.
Outside of Christ, outside the covenant. Everybody else. Anyone Israel don't understand. When he gave us this, all right, I got to make these little points because I need us to understand, right? When he gave us this, right, he was saying, Israel, I made you a peculiar people. I made you, a royal priesthood. What is the job of a priest, beloved? What is the job of the priest? What do a priest do?
To minister, teach, and serve.
Minister, teach, and serve. Absolutely. So if he said Israel, right? Then he say the whole I want y'all to be a royal priesthood. He's talking about he's talking about the whole people. I made y'all a people to be that. So who are we supposed to be teaching then? That's the question to ask. Who are we supposed to be teaching? What option do we have, beloved? If you, all of Israel, remember, this is all of Israel coming out of Egypt. He's saying you're a royal priesthood. You're a nation of priests and everything. Then who is the audience we supposed to be teaching?
The world.
World. I know some brothers don't agree with that. But what other thing? You're not teaching the angels. And that's why I said I want to get you where it came from. During this time, a lot of these things, yes, we were getting our brothers that went off, or brothers and sisters that went off. We were drawing them in, absolutely. No doubt about that. But if we still draw them in to be royal priests, what are we saying? They still have a job to do. That's why we're drawing them in. Right? If you're supposed to be the lifeguards, right? Lifeguards are there to what? Save people that can't swim. But if some of our brothers and sisters can't swim, we have to bring them in, train them up so they can what? Do their job. To what? Save others. But this is the question. Sit on it. Just sit them right there. How is he giving us this right here in Exodus? If you obey my voice and keep my covenants, you should be a peculiar treasure above all people. Absolutely, because we are under him. We're the closest to the Most High because what? What he's about to give us. For all the earth is mine. And it's not under brag on, but what? It's the Lord's mercy that did it. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. So yes, supposed to draw from everywhere. This is why Christ comes to say, like, listen, my sheep will hear my voice. Israel's sheep, and then what? Those that we're delivering, we're praising the Most High. Those that are drawn from the praise of the Most High, they come into the fold. Okay? So like I said, I like to be fair, and I want to make sure I make it clear on all sides. Okay? That was our job. Okay, I'm trying to look for it. There's another spot. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Brother Kai, I think we used to talk about it where it talks about they should ask who has God so nigh to them. I thought it was Deuteronomy
7.
Deuteronomy 7. What was that?
Is it Deuteronomy 7?
That's where I'm at, but I'm trying to find the spot. Let's go Deuteronomy 7. Quick.
Like after this, I got to step away for about 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
You good? I'll read it. Let me see. I'm kind of read it as I go. It's Deuteronomy 7.
I'm good right now. I'll read right now.
Okay. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. Wow, I'm still gonna look for the other part or something else I want. But Deuteronomy 7 and 6, we'll start there.
For thou art an holy nation unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, but ye were the fewest of all people.
And this is something, beloved, Israel need to realize, because we get so, well, Israel, and we just stay there. We're special to everybody else. It wasn't us that was special. He actually chose us because we weren't special. I hope y'all understand. He chose you. He chose us because we weren't special to what? So he can get more glory. It's always about him, beloved. It's always about him, right? Look what he's saying. I have chosen thee to be a special people unto myself. I chose y'all to be representatives of me above all people that are upon the face of the earth. This is why we're above everybody, because we're getting something that they don't have. They will come through us to get, right? To learn about God. He put us there in that position so they have to come to us, all right? So we're above all people. And this is dealing when we're doing things right, beloved. Verse 7. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people. So I didn't choose you because y'all, we was the biggest nation. We had the most people. This is something, man, we would have probably thought of, well, I'm going to get the largest nation. I'm going to get them and choose them. He's saying, no, I didn't get y'all because of that. Because what? For ye were the fewest of all people. Y'all were a small nation coming out of 70. Y'all was small. That's why I chose you. And what? Hold on. But because Yahweh loved you, I chose you just because what? I chose to love you. And because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, have Yahweh brought you out of a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And he said, listen, I remember the promise I made to your forefather. That's why I delivered you. Okay? Because he upholds his end of the bargain. So it's nothing we particularly did to get favor of the Most High. It was only his mercy that we got that position. He just chose us. Wasn't even thinking about, oh, can we be priests? Can we be above all people? Nope, that wasn't even a thought. He just picked us, chose us, and saying, I'm going to put my glory on y'all that people will be drawn to me through y'all. Okay? Read verse 9. I don't see the part I wanted, though.
Know therefore that Yahweh thy power, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
And that's another thing, beloved. He'll keep it to what? 1,000 generations, not 1,000 years, 1,000 generations. Okay? He will keep these covenants and mercies for them that what? Love him. That's why we get to Christ. It's the what? Same message. You love me and keep my commandments, right? You'll get the what? You'll get that mercy. You'll be in that covenant. Okay? This lasts for 1,000 generations. All right, let's go back. Right? I'm going to have to find that other scripture because it's going to probably bother me. But that's a personal problem and not y'all's. All right. Back at Exodus 19. Back at Exodus 19. So we see that too far. Okay. So he made us a peculiar treasure above all people. This is why he used words like sanctified us, right? He has set us apart, those kind of things. That was all in the dealing with. He wanted us to be elevated. Okay. Why? Not to say, oh, we better than you, we better than you. No, that people can see us and what? They be drawn to us. Okay. I'm gonna have to find that verse because that's going to really bother me. All right, let's keep going though. Let's keep going here.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and they before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him.
All right, so we're gonna stay there. So remember, this is part of it. Special, I'm gonna make you a kingdom of priests. All right, everybody. That's why everybody should be learning things of the Most High. Yes, we have elevated levels in the church, but everybody should know a little bit of what? Things about the Most High. All right, this is why we have these days. We have these things and teachings, so we all informed. So when somebody's saying, you know, what's the Sabbath day? Oh, I don't know what the Sabbath day is. We should all know. No, that's what, Saturday, the seventh day of the week, right? How many gods is there? There's only one true God. All right. So this is what we all know in a certain capacity, right? We also have certain common things that we know, certain common doctrines. And then as things get deeper and everything, we got certain things the Most High, you know, give. That's one of the gifts about that knowledge, wisdom, and certain kind of things. You'll have those in the body. All right. But the body as a whole should know things about the Most High God. All right. All right, I did find it. That's why I had you hold it. It's Deuteronomy 4, and I think verse 7. See,
But what nation is there so great?
hold on,
have,
hold on. Let's get a little bit of context. All right, go to 4 and verse 1. It's Deuteronomy 4 and verse 1. We're going to jump down.
Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which Yahweh, God of your fathers, giveth you.
Hearken, Israel, listen unto the statutes and judgments which I teach you, so you can do them and ye may what? Live. Okay, that is why he gave us these things, so we can do them and live. And we deal with live is dealing with live prosperously, live good. Okay, if we would have did these things, we wouldn't have to worry about people attacking us. We would have our own land, our own thing. But of course, we didn't do it. All right, read verse 2.
Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you.
This is part of it. I got nothing to do with this. He's saying you can't add to what I told you. All right. That's so, well, you got to keep the Saturday the Sabbath, but you also got to keep Sunday the Sabbath. That's adding. He didn't say that part. Now, and I'm not getting on it. People, you can worship God every day, but you can't keep the Sabbath the same way every day. Okay. Because there's rules. He didn't apply them to every day. Okay. It's like a feast day. We can make up a feast day, have a day that we get together and all this stuff and give God the praise, but I can't force it to be like one of the ones Leviticus 23. Okay, the other spots. So we can't add and neither what diminish, or other words, we can't take away from it. But I don't think we need to do this. I don't think this is important. All right. He said, don't add, don't take away. You just keep it. Your job is just to keep what I told you. All right. Don't do anything extra. Just do what I say. All right. Jump down to verse 4.
But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your power are alive, every one of you, this day.
Those that got close to me, cleaved to me, held me, you all alive today. All right. Going.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it.
All right, so he's saying, I'm delivering the message that the Most High delivered to me. Once again, don't that sound familiar? Then Christ come on the scene. I don't have no doctrine. I don't got nothing to tell you. I'm only delivering the message from the one who sent me. I'm saying the same thing. These ain't my law, statutes, and I'm just delivering you what he gave to me. All right, let's keep going.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is wise and understanding people.
Listen to that, beloved. A lot of people, they don't quote this. All right. Keep therefore and do them. Why are we keeping them and doing the commandment, statutes, and everything? It says, for this is your wisdom and your understanding. Man, why y'all do the commandment stuff? Because it's our wisdom and our understanding. This is our inheritance we got from the Most High God. That's why you do it. I'm not doing it to take a tax at people, and you don't really, that wasn't the job. The job, I'm doing it so I can be, really, we understand, be a light. So we talk about wisdom and understanding in our culture, right? We dealing with the scriptures. There's a certain wisdom and understanding you can just have about things, deal with science and this and that, right? But this is the wisdom and understanding that the Most High gave to his people, peculiar people. All right. This is why Paul says in Romans 3, is there an advantage being a Jew? He said, yeah, very much. Because they got the oracles of God. We got certain wisdoms of God. Do we have all of it? No. But he sprinkled down some of his wisdom to us. And everybody did not receive that. But if they want to receive some of the wisdom that he suffered to give to man, they will have to come to us. All right. Now that second part, Brother Kai, it says, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in what? The sight of God. Is that what it says, beloved? Wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. So if this is talking about all Israel, that means what? It has to be talking about other people. He gave us this so this can be wisdom so other people can look. And what? Listen to what he's saying. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Now I want y'all to think about this, beloved. He gave us wisdom and understanding so that we, right, that the nations can see us. And it says what? Hear. If they're going to hear it, what does that mean we got to do? Might have to teach it, don't we? They are going to hear all these statutes. And when they hear it, right? Let's say this full, because some of them not going to accept it. That's going to happen. But when they hear it, there's some of them going to confess and say, surely this is a great nation and is wise. I'm sorry, great nation is a wise and understanding people. They're going to confess, man, y'all a great nation. Y'all wise. You go to them, man, they wise. Read that verse 7.
What nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them? As Yahweh, our power is in all things that we call upon him for.
You see what they're going to give glory? See why we're going to be glorious upon the nation and upon the earth? Saying, because they're going to look at us. They're going to hear us, see how we deal, and say, surely. Basically, they blessed. That nation's close to God. It ain't just one or two people. It ain't just a few priests. Like other nations have a few priests that deal with God. No, that whole nation, God is close to them. That was the testimony they was going to happen with us if we were what? Staying to doing what we were supposed to do. They weren't trying to mess with us. You want to know about the God of this earth? You want to know his favor and all that stuff? You gotta go to Israel. You gotta go to them. Ask them, man. They're the professors of the earth when it comes to this. Okay? Our young ones supposed to be knowing things. Some people don't know about it. Our young ones supposed to be able to even be able to teach and share things. All right? This was our inheritance. He didn't choose to be his people so we could be the richest among everybody. So we could be the strongest, the fastest, right? Even though we can grab them things to be part of the blessing, but that wasn't the point. The point was that what? We get his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And we be in that teacher realm to teach those about the one and true God, all right, over the old earth. All right, let's go out of here, all right? I'm trying to think. We might have brought that out maybe when we first kind of started. I know we ain't talked about that in a while, so there you go. Refresher course, all right? All right, let's get back to Exodus 19. I know I took y'all all over the place. Exodus 19, and we are at verse, I'm going to go to Exodus 19. Let me go to verse, where did I leave off at? All right, let's go back to 6. I'm gonna start at verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. I'm gonna let y'all know this is what you're going to be. Okay. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. All right, so he's speaking all these words to them. Verse 8, and all the people answered and said, all that Yahweh have spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. What just happened, beloved?
Covenant.
The covenant. We have just made our vows and said, I do. Okay. Did not get, Most High didn't twist our arm. He ain't do nothing like that. He said, listen, y'all do what I tell you to do. You're going to get this favor. You're going to be king, priest, and all those kind of things. If you listen to me, this is what happened. This is what I'm vowing to you. This is what I'm giving you. Moses related to him, said, okay, we'll do it. Moses like, okay, bring it back to him. What is Moses right now? What is he being? What title he's being right now?
Mediator.
So you see that correlation between Christ, right? Remember when Christ on the scene, he said one mediator between God and men, right? Moses is showing, right, a little foreshadow or shadow of the actual thing, what Christ's doing. So he's going, getting for the Most High, delivering the message. They saying, I'll do what you're saying or whatever, and bring it back. Okay? So we have now entered into a covenant. Okay? So there's things happen. When you saying I promise and I vow, now there's some weight behind it. Okay? This is why we get hit with a lot of curses and stuff, because what? We said we'll do what you tell us to do. The whole world didn't agree to it this time. This was us doing that. Okay? So yeah, there's a blessing to it, but if we don't do it, it's a deeper consequence. Okay? So I'm going to read that part one more time, verse 8. And all the people answered together as on one accord and said, all that Yahweh have spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. Okay. So it's almost like that minister, when man and woman come and, they change the vows. All right, we do. Okay. So he put that together. Verse 9. And Yahweh said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. Okay. So once again, all right, look at what happened. Yahweh said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud. Okay. This is how the Most High come. This is a representation of his glory. Okay. How he glorifies himself or manifests himself to us. That is not particularly him, right? He's everything and in everything, all right? But he said, I'm going to show myself. Remember, I told you, he does miracles for who? Why does he do miracles? What's the point of miracles, beloved? We'll talk about
The
that.
unbeliever.
For the unbeliever. Let's see. I come unto thee in a thick cloud that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and what? Believe thee forever. You see? Because they ain't going to believe you. But I got to do this miracle that then they can believe you. Believe that I'm with you. Believe that when you're saying things, it's not you just saying it. It's me speaking to you and you delivering the message. So he said, I'm going to come in a thick cloud, so there'll be no question. Okay? Now, Most High, the whole point is that he's staying, stay as a cloud, and that's the only way, because we'll just start believing the cloud and putting all the emphasis and, things of that. But he said, I'm coming down there so they can understand that. And the point is what? So they can believe you when you what? You speak to them. Same thing. Came down. Remember, I told you he came down during Pentecost, and what happened? They start the gift of tongues came out. But what was the point of that? So they could what? Hear now the disciples. Do you think they was really hearing them? Oh, their master died. They saying they got him. All right, we ain't hearing them. But when those tongues started happening, what? It got everybody's attention, and now they could what? Hear the disciples. Okay. So the same thing I said. There's patterns. There's patterns in the scriptures. Okay. All right. And like we said in the beginning, I'm gonna say not ironic, but it's ironic, right? The same kind of parallel that's happening. All right, verse 10. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. Right? And be ready against the third day, for the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon the Mount Sinai. Okay, so they will have to sanctify themselves, right? Sanctify, set apart. So they will have to set apart themselves for a couple of days, and then what? Wash their clothes, right? A lot of times we go in the temple, definitely we were unclean. We will have to wash, and we go, right? Most High didn't want no stinky individuals, all right? Naturally, all right, as well as spiritually. I wanted to give a something with that verse with the thick cloud, all right? So let's just 2 or 3 scriptures. Let's start. Let's go keeping in Exodus. Go to Exodus chapter 40. Exodus chapter 40. We're going to go down to verse 30. All right, we'll go to 31. All right. Exodus 40. We're going to go to verse 31. And Moses and Aaron and his sons washed their hands and their feet thereat. Okay. So he's talking about the priest, Moses, Aaron, and the sons with the priesthood. And when they went into the tent of the congregation, and when they came near unto the altar, they washed as Yahweh commanded Moses. All right. So this is the priest. This is when they got the priesthood kind of set up and things like that. They have them anointing and all that stuff appointed through their job. Now, when they come into the congregation, he's saying, listen, they got to go to the altar. Before they come to the altar, they wash. All right. Verse 33. And he reared up the court round about the tabernacle and the altar, and set up the hanging of the court gate. So Moses finished the work. Verse 34. Then a cloud covered the tent of congregation, and the glory of Yahweh filled the tabernacle. Okay. So a cloud came, and that was to represent what? The glory of our God. Okay. So the cloud representation of the glory, seeing the manifestation of the glory being there. All right. God being there. Verse 35. And Moses was not able to enter into the tent of congregation because the cloud abode thereon, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And when the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle, the children of Israel went onward in all their journeys. All right. So what will happen is, like I said, they're moving. So they had like a portable tent. They will set it up, then they'll pack it up, move, set it up. Okay. So basically when the cloud will come down, right? That cloud, which is the glory, representing the glory of the Lord, will come down on the tabernacle. They will stay there. Okay, they was no matter what if it's 3 days, 5 days, if it's 5, they have to stay there. When that thing went up, then they know, okay, it's time to move. Okay. And that was another representation to let you know God was with us through this whole journey, even in the wilderness. He was present there with us. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to no, let me get I think I have another spot too. Let's go to Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles chapter 5. Second Chronicles chapter 5. And we're going to go to verse 11. Second Chronicles chapter 5, verse 11. It reads, and it came to pass when the priests were come out of the holy place, for all the priests that were present were sanctified and did not then wait by course. Right? So all the priests were there. Okay, and they were sanctified. Verse 12, and the Levites, which were singers, all of them of Asaph, of Heman, of Jeduthun, and the sons and the brethren, being arrayed in white linen, having cymbals and psalteries and harps, stood at the east end of the altar, and with them 120 priests sounding with the trumpets. So think about the praise that's coming from that. You got 120 sounding with the trumpet. Okay. Verse 13, and it came to pass as the trumpeters and singers was as one, they're in one accord, right? Just like Christ and the Most High supposed to be what? One. It's talking about being on one accord, right? That's why we have to go through the scriptures to see that. Okay, don't mean that to be one in the same exact thing. It's being what? Oneness. It's talking about oneness. So as the trumpeters and singers were as one, to make one sound to be heard in what? Praising and thanking Yahweh. And when they lifted up their voice with the trumpets and cymbals and instruments of music and praise Yahweh, saying, for he is good, for his mercy endure forever. That then, listen to what happened, that then the house was filled with a cloud, even the house of Yahweh. All right. I want to catch this intimate moment because this is important. Beloved, this is showing something. Music, and it's not just the music. It wasn't the sound. It's that you're being on one accord. That don't happen just rehearsal. Rehearsal gets you, now listen, don't get it wrong. You need to have rehearsal, sound good, right? But the oneness that is truly going to be dealing with is what? They be in one spirit, on one accord to praise the Most High. This is why I'm gonna keep big look. This is why when Christ memories on the scene, he said, if you think your brother got an alt with you, he said, go and clear it up, then bring your gift to the altar. Because he wants us to be what? On one accord. Not this one got strife over here, this one, right? People that sung in choir, when when they got little beefs and everything in the choir, you might have people, give a little attitude while they sing. This is a praise, beloved. Okay. And they didn't listen, the song wasn't long. Look how far they got. They lift up their voice, the trumpets and the cymbals and instruments of music, all right? And they praise Yahweh. This is what they said. For he is good, and his mercy endure forever. Beloved, when they said that one line, the Spirit was there. It don't take long, beloved, for that Spirit to come. It don't take many words for that Spirit to come. It just meaning you just got to call him with everything in you. And what? He can show up. They wouldn't run it down. And they weren't doing. Very simple. He's good. Because everything we can speak an hour, but he's just good. And he's merciful. And that mercy can endure forever. And the Spirit just came in there. Verse 14. It came so much that what? So that the priests could not stand to minister by reason of the cloud, for the glory of the Lord hath filled the house of God. Beloved, this is what we need to be getting to. It can get so good that you can't even utter words. You just in that presence. You just in that bliss. If you ever experience, you don't, the pain, the worries, all those kind of things, it just don't have room. I'm not talking about a little touch of the Spirit. I'm talking about when you actually in that moment with the Spirit. That thing is, remember, it's supposed to be in us. That thing's just bubbling. I'm telling you, you can get to that, beloved. If you just throw it all to him. Because I told you, sometimes it's not the outside situation that's the problem. It's the inside situation that you're dealing with. Because when you in that presence, and I hope y'all can hear me right, you don't care about the things that's happening around you. It could be, your house could be burning down. When you in that spirit, you see, it's a light thing. It's just us staying in that spirit, right? See, sometimes we'll experience it for a few moments, and then we'll get out of it, and sometimes start getting to the world. But it's our goal is to try to stay in that spirit all the time. You want to know you got it? Listen, when it happens, you don't fear. The thing you was fearing about, you don't fear no more. The hurt, the pain, you realize that all this stuff is just vanity. It's just stupid. A lot of things we worry about, it just becomes stupid. Because you realize it's God have everything. Okay? So I can not only imagine, I know the presence that hit that thing. And this can happen for us, beloved. Okay? It don't always have to be, listen, sometimes you don't need a crowd, right? This can be an individual experience as well. But when we come together, this should be our mindset to be one so that God's spirit can come down, beloved. That thing come down. Listen, you might not even you ain't gonna need no lesson. Ain't nothing I can do once the spirit come down. We just gonna enjoy it, beloved. All right. All right. Let's go back to Exodus 19. Exodus 19. And now, where did I leave off at? All right. Sight of people upon Mount Sinai. All right. So we're going to put Mount Sinai. Verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely be put to death. All right, so this is serious. He's saying, listen, he's going to be on the mount. He said, don't let nobody touch the mount. If they do, they die. Yes, the merciful God. This third thing you can't play with, beloved. Okay, he said, if they touch this mount, they die. Verse 13, there shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. Okay, so he's saying, listen, even the animals, don't let nothing touch this mountain. Okay, and I get there, don't let nothing touch this mountain. Okay, and it is showing that separation as well, beloved. Most High haven't. Even if you're sanctified, beloved, you ain't touching this. Okay? And I want us to understand this as well. Because what it's saying, even in our pure state, beloved, it still can be filthy when it comes to the Most High. Don't you ever think you get sanctified so much that you're on the same level as the Most High God? No. Okay? All right. Did anybody have anything? We've been rambling. Anybody have anything they wanted to add? Y'all should know by now. Y'all can cut me off and add something. Anybody want to add anything? Good, we're good. All right. Okay, so surely be put to death. All right. So and he says, when the trumpet soundeth long, all right. So when the trumpet goes off, all right, then they should what? Come up to the mountain. All right. So they have to wait for the trumpet to sound to come to the mountain, not to be jumping on the mountain or anything like that, to come forward. I'll just show it to you real quick. I really need to, but if you go to Numbers 10:10, you see certain things. We will come together. All right. Let me just read it. Also in the day of your gladness and the solemn feast, and in the beginning of your months, ye shall blow the trumpet over your burnt offerings and over your sacrifice of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am Yahweh your God. So this is where we will blow the trumpet. Mostly, I want to do it even for Sabbaths and feasts, blowing the trumpet. I kind of fell off with that, but to have that, all right. So if somebody's practicing it or anything like that, and they want to blow it for the feast or anything, definitely be appropriate. It's not saying required, all right? Something I thought of, all right? So they will blow the trumpet over their sacrifice and things like that, all right? So once again, they are using the trumpets, just showing still some symbolism, all right? Because remember, the trumpets representing, you know, a gathering and things of that nature, just like New Testament talks about what? That last trumpet sound, right? We're going to be gathering the saints, those kind of things. So we just seeing there's little analogies and parallels that he uses. All right, let's go to the next verse. We are at verse 14, all right? Exodus 19, and we have verse 14. All right.
I'm back.
Okay. You got it. You got it. Thanks, boss.
And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives.
So once again, Moses went down, right? And what? Sanctified the people. What is Moses representing? A mediator. Who had to come and sanctify his beloved? Christ. Okay. He had to what? Clean us up. That what? So we can be accepted to even hear or get anything from the Most High God. Same thing. It's a shadow. This thing is a shadow showing Christ. All right. Instead of people just ready to destroy it, you should learn from it. It is what? It's supposed to be our wisdom. This stuff's supposed to be our wisdom. We understand other people destroyed it, but we supposed to what? Understand what's going on. Okay. So this is why we thank the Most High that he's opened up our understanding, that he's showing us certain things. All right. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day, come not at your wives. All right. So there was no happy time for 3 days before this. Okay. They have her little theories behind it, but nothing too strong. Okay. I just know, like, when we're dealing with like cleanliness and stuff, you know, with certain stuff, definitely when you're offering doing the temple, you wouldn't come at your wives, but the whole 3 day and everything, it's kind of speculation. I don't got like no law or nothing that backed it up to say exactly why. Okay. Verse 16.
And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount. And the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. And they stood at the nether part of the mount.
All right. So now they're getting gathered. Okay. Let's keep going.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because Yahweh descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly.
All right. I won't go to it, but I want to say fire came down. I think it's 2 Chronicles chapter 7. Yeah. I think 14 is like if my people call by my name, but I think verse 1, Solomon made that prayer, like, if we get in captivity, if, you know, basically we sin against you, God, and, you know, because he said we all going to sin, and we're going to, we go off, and, you know, you take us by captivity because you're mad at us for going, you know, sinning against you. If we think of ourselves, we would think ourselves in that captivity, meaning we think about you, and we, you know, basically want to repent and say, Lord, we want to do what's right. He said that you have mercy upon us, no matter where we at, scattered among our enemies, that you have mercy upon us, and you hear when we think upon this place. So if you understand that Solomon was in the spirit, because remember, Israel was all together at that time. But he understand that, listen, we're going to mess up, and because the spirit dealing with them and revealing that, we're going to be with our enemies. But we know that what? Your mercies endure forever. So Solomon, in that leadership of Israel over Israel, was praying for Israel, saying, yes, we're going to mess up. We're going to be in it with our enemies' land. But Most High God, please have mercy on us when we're in that land. Have mercy on us that we're going far from your laws. But those that want to seek you and get close to you, don't neglect them, don't turn your back from them, but hear them in their land, and you start to deal with them even in the land of their captivity, if they think of themselves and think of this place, right? Because the place was Jerusalem. That was our home. This is where the Most High designed us to be, right? But we sinned and got far from him. naturally, right, and spiritually. But he's saying spiritually, if we put our minds there spiritually, we will be drawn nigh to him. And he's saying that was the prayer. That was in, I think, 6. And in 7 saying, I think the fire came down and he basically showing that he accepted that sacrifice. Meaning, beloved, that's already stamped. So when we in these lands separated, people like, oh, you can't do this because you ain't doing it. You can't really serve God here. They don't understand. Our God was already putting these fine things already in our laws. Already in the book, he was already talking about this. But he says, his sheep are going to hear him. It don't matter what place it's at. The sheep, the focus point is the voice. Okay? And you can hear him in any part of the world, beloved, if you're called in his sheep. Okay? All right, Brother Kai. Where are we at?
And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount. And Yahweh called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up.
All right. So they all there. They hear a voice, right? We'll see later that nobody hears his voice. All right. But he used, once again, he used the manifested voice so they will understand, because the whole point is to get people to believe in what? Believe in Moses, all right, that he dealt with them, all right, that he called him up there. Because people are going to say, God ain't dealing with Moses, man. He ain't dealing with him. That's just Moses is moving on his own accord. The same thing people will say today, all right? He's just like us and everything. And they did that anyway, all right? Even though he did all this, they still did treat him like he didn't deal with the Most High, all right? But those that had their right minds on, they could understand like, nah, this guy is definitely chosen of God, and, who the vessel the Most High is using for us. Okay. Anybody got anything to add? If not, we're going to keep going. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 21. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also, which come near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them.
So you always, and this is the they have. Yahweh said to Moses, go down and charge the people, lest they break through unto Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. So once again, they didn't see clear. They wanted to get in there. And what is the Most High showing us? Why did he have it in the cloud? Why do you think he came in the cloud? Why do you think he came down with the cloud and all that stuff, have it smoking and all that? Of all things, why would you be it? Why would you come down in the glory of a cloud? What's one of Israel's big problems, beloved? And we got this honesty from even our forefathers. What did we always get drawn to?
Idolatry. Imagery.
Idolatry. He came in a cloud because he know if we came in anything else, they would have what? They've been drawing, making potteries and saying, this is the Lord.
Yeah.
Remember what they, well, we didn't get there yet, but remember they're going to make an idol with him. Remember when Moses left, they made an idol. And these guys, we always love imagery. The Most High, his main thing is to say what? Don't make me like nothing you seen in heaven, the sun, moon, stars. Don't make me like nothing on earth. Don't make me like nothing in the earth and the wood. Don't make me like nothing. I am none of that. And if you look at us, we got all the things he said I'm not like. You see our people putting all those things saying, yeah, this is God. Even his son, yeah, this is God on the cross dying. Even though our God can't die. This is him though. This is what we deal with. All right. Let me see if I can find it's I know the word is similitude. I think it's similitude. Let me see. But this is important. That's what I'm saying. The Most High is strategic, beloved. He do all this stuff. It all strategic. Okay. And he was trying to save us from ourselves. But even though he does this, we still don't get it. Okay. Yes, Deuteronomy chapter 4. I think when I did the idols or something like that, when I did with idols, I think I might have used the scripture. Rarely go to it though. All right. Deuteronomy 4, let's go to 14.
And Yahweh commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye may do them in the land whether ye go over to possess it.
Listen to this.
Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire.
You didn't see no similitude. I ain't show you nothing to compare me to or link up to me. What did we say? We saw smoke and stuff. You ain't get no image from no smoke and stuff. But read verse 16. Why? Right? There ain't a period at the end of 15. Listen, it's going to explain it.
Lest ye corrupt yourselves.
By what?
Make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female.
Least I didn't do this. I came in a cloud, something that did. So you couldn't even connect me to anything. Because I would have came like some unscriptural beast. You would try to connect beasts that you know and picture and put something together. You get a head like a lion. We always want to do that. He said, this is why I came down like that. You didn't see no manner when I came down. Because you would have corrupted yourselves. That's how you say you corrupt yourselves. Defile yourself. You would have done what? Making graven images. Right? The similitude of any figure, anything. The likeness of male and female. If you thought it was close to male, female, you would have did that. Read verse 17. Let's walk it down a little bit.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air.
If it looked like that, we would have drew that and start worshiping that. Read.
The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. At least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy power have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
He's saying, this is what y'all would do too. At least y'all lift up and look up there and say, you know what? Well, let's start worshiping. And what do people do? Worship the sun, moon, and stars even today. If you're giving it credence as something that it can do, giving it powers that it doesn't have, what do you think is happening, beloved? That's what idolatry is. You're making this little statue and saying, this has power to do whatever, whether it's healing, power to, save, to do a miracle. You're giving that inanimate object, giving that object power that it doesn't have. This is what he gets you from. The sun, you calling the sun to you believe it doesn't have power to do anything. It just does its job from the Most High. That's what he's saying. These images in the sky, it serves all the nations. But we will do these things and gravitate to them. Oh, I was born on January 13th. You know what that means? I'm this. And I got the spirit of this thing. I don't care what. Look how dumb that is. No, you better serve the Most High God. He didn't care where you was born. He said you better come to these laws, statutes, and commandments. But no, this is the problem. This is why I like doing this. If you put that same energy and belief into the word of God, we wouldn't be in that predicament. But we'll believe anything outside this word of God, beloved. You got to twist and, choke people to read the word of God and do what it says. But some man to make some analogy, make some things out there, and you will eat it right up. Right? This is why the Most High said, no, I'm not going to give y'all nothing to work with. Because I know y'all going to do what y'all want to do. Y'all always want to lean to your own understanding and do things. Okay? So that's why he came in the smoke, beloved. All right. Where you at, Brother Kai? I forgot what verse.
I believe 19.
Off that. All right. Go ahead. We start from there.
And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake And God answered him by a voice. And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and Yahweh called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break forth through unto Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. And that the priests also, which came near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them. And Moses said unto Yahweh, The people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai, but thou chargest us, saying, Set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And Yahweh said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee, but that not the priests and the people break through to come up unto Yahweh, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them.
So once again, these jokers gonna go here. They just told them don't come to this mountain, don't touch it. They seen all this stuff happening, thunder, quaking, everything. You would think that would really make them not consider disobeying, and they still was gonna do it. This I tell you, Israel is crazy. All right, we are nuts. All right, but you know the Most High loves us. Okay, you gotta love us, but we are some rebellious people, beloved. This is why we got to get the Spirit. So we don't, man. This is how we are. All right, this is how we are. All right, 123. Did y'all want to do chapter 20? I'm not going to precept it. What time we got? All right. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let's put up to a vote. Put in the chat if you want to wait for Exodus 20 for next week, or you want to go through it this week. It's done with the 10 Commandments, just so y'all know. Put in the chat if you want to wait till next week and start off fresh, or if you wanted to do it now. Nobody want to start the voting session, huh? All right, let's wait. Let's start off fresh next week. All right. Because then we can have fun with it. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be asking for some examples of them. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of homework and every homework. So when we go through some of these commandments, I'm gonna ask for an example from them. Okay. So there we go. There we go. Make y'all study and get some stuff. All right. So we'll do Exodus 20 next week. All right. I do want us fresh and everything. Okay, I see next week. So try to think of some examples. Okay. I think we did a lesson with it a long time ago. I'll probably do one again. All right. But we'll just look at it, beloved. Okay. Seeing our forefathers, foremothers, believe me, they gave a lot of examples of breaking these commandments. So find an example with, the 10 Commandments or anything you want to link up to it. Okay. So there you go. You got some homework to do this week. All right, beloved. We shall end it there. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed, you learned something and got something from this week's chapter, Exodus 19.